have a podcast called Mentors on the Mic. So I interview different people in the industry about their careers, how they started. So this is perfect in many, many ways. I had a chance to see the film. It's super beautiful.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, was it difficult for you guys and for you to direct this to keep the authenticity and the trust that you guys had? I really loved seeing the relationship you had, but sometimes I feel like when you're on camera, as an actor myself, that sometimes it can feel performative when you're putting that on. Did it feel that way, or did it just feel natural?
Honestly, it felt a lot more natural than I thought it would be. At the beginning, obviously, it's hard to get into the groove of things, but to be honest, like I've been making little things with my parents just on like my iPad since I've been like 4. So it's like it felt so intimate and so just like a family thing that I was able to just let go and hear my mom talking to me, hear my dad, and just, but also with the sense of professionalism where it's like I'm starting something and I'm excited about this and I'm going to show this to people. People are going to finally see me do something. So it was motivation, but also the comfort of working with family, and it was just, there was no nervousness. I was able to just like give myself to it because I also was passionate about the message that the story was.
I also think that we talk about our feelings a lot in our family.
Yeah.
So
Probably too much.
like to sit and dig in and get vulnerable is sort of like our comfort zone. And that didn't feel weird. I think it could for a lot of people where you're like, oh, but for us, that's like a Tuesday.
And I feel like there was moments where I'm like, oh, I'm just talking to my dad right now. And so it was like, it's easy to like show that real emotion because these are similar conversations that we've had because we've both kind of struggled with mental health and we're very open about it with each other. And so being able to kind of step into a different storyline but also feel those emotions was really beautiful, and I loved that. So
I love hearing that. And I was surprised that you hadn't acted professionally because I felt like there were a lot of very small, intimate moments between you and your dad, specifically when, like, whenever you were trying to, like, reassure him, everything was like, oh, you're just joking, right? There were these moments of realization where you saw that, like, thought in your mind change.
She's so real, natural
It really
talent.
was natural. Was there anything that went into those moments prior to going into those scenes?
with preparation, I feel like I just kind of, my big thing if I'm getting into character is thinking about protecting the character that I'm going into. And so my character's name is Claire.
Yes.
And so I'm protecting Claire. And so I am like feeling everything that she's feeling. I'm not judging anything and just kind of going into her and what she's feeling and how she feels towards her dad. So that's how I felt, was protecting Claire. And that's how I kind of brought her into the film.
She also, I will say this about Ora, some actors lose themselves completely and they have no objectivity, right? And they have to be guided completely. But some actors keep one part of their brain alive a little bit and are conscious of, am I doing this too big? Am I doing this too small? Should this be a little bit bigger because it's a wide shot? Should it be smaller? She can maintain both of those things. She has that kind of filmmaker
It's
actor
almost
thing.
like her two parents are
It's almost like her
filmmakers.
parents,
It's
yeah.
almost like you've seen
I
it.
don't know.
So it was. I mean, we didn't know what we were gonna get. Like, we all promised each other, like, if the movie sucks, we won't show anybody.
Well, it didn't suck.
Oh, thank you.
It didn't suck. So can you talk to filmmakers out there who might have difficulty creating their own short film or creating their own film?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a really hard time, and I don't want to shine it on. You know, it's not just as simple as pick up a camera and make a movie with your friends and it's going to be successful, but it is just as simple as pick up a camera and make a movie with your friends to start. And if you make that 5-minute short film on the weekend for free, and those failures, those early failures, which are going to come, if they're cheap and they don't hurt too bad, and you get back up and keep going, I do believe you'll eventually find the thing. And what I really try to tell people is, even if 10 years go by and you haven't made a successful film, you're still developing yourself as a human, relationships, as an artist, and maybe you switch into a whole other career. I was a musician for 7 years before I failed at that and came into this. So it's okay if this ultimately isn't your field. Just use it as a launching pad. Maybe it's here, maybe it's somewhere else. It's okay.
Yeah, it's that Samuel Beckett quote of fail again and fail better every time. But try not to hurt yourself too badly as you go. So don't spend all of your family savings on your first short film. Yeah, just fail safely and then just keep failing until you really do find yourself and you find your voice, and maybe that is in a completely different field. Oh,
It's hard when
They
we
can hear
use
me.
our hands when we talk. I do that all the time. We have a cameo in any television show.
If I could be on any show right now,
Yeah, what would it be?
I would say Grey's Anatomy. That would be my
Love, probably one of my favorite shows still on.
so good.
I want
I'm
to.
surprised you didn't say Euphoria.
I don't know. I feel like that might be out of my ballpark at the moment, but
Thank God.
thank God. Thank
As a
God.
mom, you're like, this is great
That was a
news.
trick question.
No hate though. Watched every single episode.
Exactly.
Loved it, so that's
I hope they reboot Floribama Shore and I get to go back and be. I want to drink with those people for
I
a
didn't
night.
expect that
That's
one.
what I
You
want to
couldn't
do.
handle it.
I want to get.
You're gonna get drunk and you're
I
gonna.
want to get crunk on Floribama Shore.
God, if I could be on any show right now,
Acting and directing.
acting and directing.
Ooh.
Great question. I mean, the bear, both.
So good. Can we put that out there? Because I think Jamie Lee Curtis put that out there, and then
Yeah.
she was cast as
She's
mom,
the best.
so-
She's the best. Yeah.
Both directing and acting.
I would
right?
do both. Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much.